Welcome. Hello. Today is October 10th, 2018. We want to welcome you to the Aftermarket Wall Street Report with Vegas and Jim. Hello, Vegas.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good.
All
The market
right.
wasn't too good today, though.
Holy shit, the market was awesome. Not for many, that was just a joke.
Yep.
But I just want to say it wasn't a good day for many people. Actually, a lot of traders have taken a lot of losses today. A lot of their positions are red, where they're actually not going to sell because they don't want to. Um, but some people have had a lot of stop losses triggered. I know some people that trade on margin and had margin calls happening today, so that I'm sure was not a good day for them. And red day for a lot of people. I mean, technology stocks were down, and they took a lot of losses. The S&P 500, I mean, just everything was down. The Dow was down. Just everything was just not looking pretty today. However, days like this, honestly, best to sometimes not do anything and best to just sit on your hands and not take on some trades, even though it's tempting. You'll find sometimes the stocks just don't have the follow through or the volume's lacking only because people are not wanting to put money in the markets when it's behaving like this. So, on that note, it over to Jim here to comment on a couple things. So,
Yeah.
Jim.
Well, today everybody has a different way of trading, and I trade like one trade at a time. So I was kind of set up for a day like today when the Dow's red. Most of the time, I can know how to play these dips and it more or less a day to buckle down and do my homework, clean a few watch lists up. So it's basically a catch up day for me, and then I'm also able to find channels and stocks that I've really enjoyed playing on pullbacks. So I didn't let the day bother me as much as it did other traders today, but I did play a caution. I mean, I've made more trades on average today than I have probably in a week span. I've made more
And
than
you know what? I just want to comment too that, some people that may not, let's say, trade to make profits, they're actually buying stocks on the dips. So a lot of people, when there's like really stocks that they really like a lot,
yep.
and they're seeing a lot of these pullbacks, some of these traders that have the capital are saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of the, let's say, red sale, and I'm going to actually buy some stocks of XXX, for example,
Yep.
So that's what's been happening, I think, too. I'm sure some of those fat cats are loading up on dips that are being presented, which is a smart strategy for them. And, days like today, Jim and I were talking earlier, you should be looking at trading the Tvix and the Uvxy.
Oh, yes,
And Jim's going
exactly.
to show you guys a really interesting chart. I mean, these two look like twins.
They look identical twins, and we had someone in the room call this out today, and I was calling it all out last week at 25, $26. And I was just saying to everybody, I said, watch this thing go to 39 one day, and you'll come back and you'll say, Jim, you were right. And, well, TVIX hit 39 today and boomed on past it. So I thought about it, but I didn't make the trade. Shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda, because I know that was alerted around 25 bucks
Yep,
a couple of days ago. So I think it was last week, actually.
yep.
So a week ago, exactly a week today, it was alerted around $25. And I should have looked at it a little closer and or at least monitored that opportunity to buy the TVIX. But hey, you know what? I can't keep up with everything that's out there. So we try
Yep.
our best, right,
So
Jim?
yeah, so keep on days like today, keep TVIX and UVXY on your watch list, and just remember it. And then who knows, people might start shorting this pretty soon when the market turns around next week. So
Exactly. And also keep it on watch for the option. If you like options, you may want to look to get buy some calls on
yep,
the TVIX and
yep.
UVXY.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So on some other news, some sad news actually. I'm really surprised. I'm really sad to hear this. Like Sears crashed to a record low after report says that their bankruptcy filing could come as soon as this week. The shares plunged 29%. Unfortunately, they could be filing for bankruptcy protection as soon as this week. They're very cash strapped. They got $134 million in debt, according to the Wall Street Journal. They've hired Alan Carr, who's going to help restructure the. He's actually got a background, and he's a lawyer, and he's actually got background in bankruptcy law. So he's going to be helping them restructure the company's debt. So if you guys look at the stock, I mean, my God, this, I have never seen this. And you know what? I feel like it's sad to see a company that's been in business for so long. Back in 2007, this stock was $120 a share. Like, this is insane to see the sadness of the stock. So I bring it up only because if you guys don't know, usually when there's a stock that's going to go into some sort of form of bankruptcy, um, you know, there is some sort of like movement that happens with stock. And I cannot explain why. It's almost like I don't know if people want to say goodbye to the stock, but it always seems to have a bit of like movement. So you guys should keep it on watch. I'm going to turn it over to Jim in a sec to just talk about the chart, but definitely keep this on watch because if they file for bankruptcy protection and things like that, you might see some sort of movement on this stock. I've never seen it this low. Very sad what I'm seeing. And I actually love Sears, especially. I just want to comment quickly. You know, this company is like a Costco for me. I remember I could buy anything I want at Sears. My grandfather, rest his soul, he used to love shopping there because if he wanted to return something, he didn't even have the bill. He would just go there and return it. And they would take it back, exchange it, or refund, no questions asked. It was like such a really good service focused company. I cannot believe it's just fallen apart like this. Very, very sad for Sears. So I'm done with my little rant because I'm sad about Sears. But I guess we'll talk about the chart and Jim, maybe see if we can find some opportunities with this, right?
Yep. We're sad about Sears, but we're happy about J.C. Penney's.
Oh my God, yeah. Talk about that in a second.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
an
gonna let you talk
alternative.
about the Sears chart first, if you don't
Okay.
mind, and then I'll
No.
talk about my friend JC Penney.
Yeah. So we got a year's chart here, and we were at a high of 722, and now we're down here at 49 cents a share with a low of 35. So this is kind of how I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch this tomorrow, and I'm going to see if there's any kind of pullback. If there's any kind of pullback, I'll probably get in it like it did today. See, we come down here at open around 35 cents, and it bounced. And she was talking about unusual activity. Well, here's people that probably got stuck in it, and they want to try to make their money back. So it got down here about 35 and bounced all the way up to 57 cents. And right there, that's about right where the resistance is. If you see what I'm talking about right here, I'm going to change this diagram. And we'll put that trend line right there around 57. So we're going to kind of pull it back here to around 51 for another resistance. We're going to put another one right here, right around 48, 46. And then we're going to probably come down here to a low support right around 40. So I'm going to come in tomorrow, and if I see this thing at 40 cents and it's starting to consolidate, I might go ahead and put me in a small position and make 5 cents out of it out of a trade. Take it from 40 to 46 or to any one of these three trend lines that are up there on the chart. So this is Shld. We like Shld. Shld was having good news. I mean,
Ears.
well, yeah, we call it Shld
Shield, yeah,
for
SHLD,
a
guys.
nickname. Is
Yep,
Sears, and I think they were going to put charging stations in front of their stores even.
I thought so too. So
So
We'll see what happens.
we're gonna have to see what happens now. But that's Shield. I mean Sears.
The
And we'll go
ticker,
to the
SHLD.
yeah and
Okay,
Vegas.
so now I'm gonna go on to JCP, my little
Okay.
swing trade, because you guys know new CEO's in charge, but she takes the reins next week. Um, but as you can see, JC Penney, I would say that Wall Street's bullish on this. A lot of buys. You know, a day like today, this stock held up really well. So very pleased. This was talked about as a day trade today, and people made money on it. I was actually hoping this would have gone to $2 today or more, but it did not. It failed that. So it's still a swing trade for me, only because I love what where the company's going has the potential to go. It went as high as 194 today. I really thought I'd see that $2, but unfortunately, no go. So, but the volume and it's the supports held up all day. It stayed around the 178 mark,
Yep.
so it's held up even after hours. So, if you're not in this as a swing trade, just still keep it on watch. I mean, it might start to interest you, maybe over $2. So keep it on watch. I have it longer term, and I will keep holding it for now, as long as it's in the right channel. Okay, so um, we'll continue talking about this as time evolves. But for now, I'm really pleased with JC Penney today on the retail sector. So sad for Sears, but happy for JCP.
Yep. We alerted this in a previous markup video, a market update video. And today, what was beautiful about J.C. Penney's is it come off from that bottom right around 160 something, and it bounced up. It bounced up to that 200 SMA, and that 200 SMA is a big deal because I got a target on this thing at $2, about 205, 204, and once we get to that target, then you got that little gap to fill, and that's the gap Vegas wants to get in. She wants to fill that gap right there to about 236, and we're going to ride this up. We think it's really going to recover well. It's a bargain price right now. I don't think there's going to be a BK in the making. So let's have this lady turn this company around, and this is J.C. Penney's, and we're still a little bullish on it.
Yes,
It's our Mortar Christmas
absolutely.
special.
That's right. I hope so. So, next one, NIO, Jim's favorite.
Yep.
I got to tell you, if you guys love scalping, Jim's your guy.
Well, I scalped
He
this all
scalped
day,
this. How many times did you scalp this today?
20 some times.
Holy crap. So your
Uh,
scalping and your chart and
I
why you
broke
did
I
this.
broke a record today on it. That's for sure. And I mean the scalps weren't big, but some of them were pretty good size. And we called this out yesterday in the room right about time the market closed, and I jumped in here right at 687 after hours, and I held it all the way into the night. And I'm going, all right, man. We had a double top. We hit the high last night of 840. I called an 851 resistance. We came real close to it. Then today, this morning, it dipped on down to a low support that I called pre-market in the room at 760. You was able to, if you were able to get in it there, but and then it dipped on back down to that 760 again. So it gave someone a second chance to get in that stock. So I alerted that buy entry, and it went on up. And I just had so many interesting buys on this thing today, and some of them weren't very big. I mean, 10-cent spreads, 6-cent spreads. But you buy 400 shares of it, times 10, that's $40. And I did that probably at least 20 times today. And you can see some of these little dots in here where I filled in. These were just entry points that I was showing the room of identification spots of indicators on my SMAs. And I've started using these SMAs, the 50, the 100, and the 200 on any stock that breaks out. And I wait for them to pull back to them areas. So this is NIO. I'm still bullish on it. We pulled back here. I'm not in it right now. I sold my long position because of the way the market was today, and I just went ahead and got out. And I made a mistake today when I bought this stock. I was going to sell it, and I wasn't paying attention enough, and I pushed the buy button, and I didn't know it, but I thought I sold it. And then when I looked at my portfolio, I had another 100 shares in there, and thank goodness I got down here at around 150 something when I bought it, because I was just going to get out of it, and take my profit. And about a half hour later, I looked at my portfolio and said, "Wow, I'm up $40 more than I should be," and I went ahead and sold those 200 shares. But it's been an easy one to flip today, and I'm going to watch it pull back tomorrow. I'm going to try to find a low support, and I'm going to flip it again. And like on days like today, that's what I do. I dig for supports. When they
I
dip.
thought you were gonna say you dig for gold.
Well, yeah, dig for gold. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Listen, money's gold, so we'll take it, right?
Yeah, I get ultraly excited on days like today. Some people get down and depressed, but days like today, I just get real excited and like to stick my nose in the books and try to find opportunities. So
Exactly.
that's Nile.
Okay, and then you're gonna talk about NVCN.
Yeah, here's one that I hate.
Yeah, here's one that I hate too, and I can't believe this one ran today. Had some news, right?
Yep, it had some news today, and the news was let me read it real fast here. I should probably have been more prepared. The FDA grants breakthrough device for this company here for angina treatment or whatever. So, well, it got FDA grants breakthrough device, and then the stock just breaks out and runs. And this is a stock that I called back a while ago, and I thought we were going to get a bounce before the split, and the thing just sank on me. And probably one of my worst stock picks in my life was, and it was very embarrassing because I had people that counted on me on this stock, and so they didn't take it too bad. I mean, we're still friends with all these people, but so today it bounces up, and we had this big breakout, and I'm just watching it. I'm waiting for support, and I'm going to start flipping this sucker when it gets ready. But I wanted to wait till the market heals a little bit before I start playing this stock here. This is Nvcn, one that I love to hate, and I might love it, might turn around and just fall in love with it again. So
All right.
then we got a couple penny stocks, Vegas.
You know what? We actually do. And we're going to talk about Pura because we talked about Pura, Pura. We talked about this previously because you mentioned your friend or the gentleman that you watched that's a really good trader,
Yep.
Mr. Sykes there, mentioned it in one of his videos that you happened to come across, and then you brought it to our attention that we should be watching this stock.
Yep.
And let me tell you, this is a cannabis company. They make drinks. They make cannabis infused water. Apparently, I think some of their stuff stores. Um, but anyhow, the stock is just performing really nicely. I mean, it went from 5 cents when you first mentioned it to me,
Yep.
and went as high today. I think as I saw it go to 9 cents. So that was great that you shared it, and maybe you want to talk about what you see coming up next on this chart because Jim's really bullish on this one.
Yes, I am. Now, I've read an article where they have a price target, an upgrade on this stock to 25 cents a share.
Oh, yes, they do. They
And
had an
I
article.
started reading, yeah, I started reading some of the stuff that this company put out, was talking about it. And it's a press release. So you could probably Google it on the news or something. But
Yeah, I'll just tell you guys quickly. So, just in case no time to, but what happened was they announced a new Goldman small cap research report with a speculative buy rating target of 25 cents. So, apparently, Goldman small cap research issued an update research report on the company. Speculative again, I have to say speculative buy with a target of 25 cents. The report provides an in-depth overview, and basically they're saying that they get a little blurb about the company and that they're with cannabis being so hot, that there is a good opportunity for the stock to perform. So we'll see what happens. I have the link. I can actually, what I'll do is I'm going to include the article in the YouTube information at the bottom where it has the description of the video. I will include the link so that
Oh,
this way, if anyone wants to read it, they'll be able to read it at your fingertips. Try to
yep.
make your life easy, guys.
And that sounds, that to me is very bullish. I'm very bullish on this stock right now. And the tape. I was watching the tape on this today, and it's just people were buying tons of this stuff. It was green as could be, and I'm going to pull up the day chart on this.
Yeah, I mean, the volume 5.24 million. So the stock's hot. I
Yep,
mean, this pot is hot.
yep.
No pun
And
intended, but it
and when
is.
I alerted this to Vegas, she got in it right off the bat, and then had a little pullback here, right back
Mm.
to that entry level she got in there at 5.5.
Yeah.
So this is one that you would want to not go in big right now, but maybe I think it's going to bust up past 10 cents tomorrow. Let's see if it does it. If it don't, it can pull back here to around 7.5 to 8. I had a
All
pull
right.
back here later on the day right around 8.5, and it did pull back to 8.5. And let me put up just a 1 minute real fast, and we'll go on to the other one.
Sure.
But you see this 8.5 right here? I called it right in here, and it pulled right back to that, and it hit that 50 SMA and touched that 100, which is a pivot point in my eyes. Would have been a good place to get in that thing right there around 8.34. So keep Pura on your watch list. They got a target for 25. I would probably take it to 15 and see what happens from there. People will start getting a little antsy when it gets up to about that level. So that's Pura. And the next one we're
Okay.
going to talk about
Oh yeah.
is your
So I was
boyfriend.
mentioning my boyfriend. My
Yes.
boyfriend from the Phil group. So the Phil Group, PHIL, another OTC stock. Okay, this company had news today, and the news was that they actually closed the acquisition of Vina Films JSC, and this company that they have an acquisition from, um, they've been in business for like more than 13 years. They do plastic film products, and they also do metallized films for construction, food packaging, textile products, pharmaceuticals. I mean, they do like all kinds of interesting things. So, anyways, they closed the acquisition, okay, which was 51% of the joint stock effective
Mm.
September 28th. So that finally came to a close. And, the Phil, PHIL, holds the 51%. And the company CEO mentioned very pleased to close the transaction because they feel that the consolidated operating results from the acquisition will add significant value actually to both companies going forward. And I want to just give you this information for you to just keep at the back of your mind. Okay, this is definitely not saying go buy the stock, but just keep a watch on this because this is what intrigued me the most about his comment was he said, including the potential of uplisting to a senior exchange. I like that he said that. So obviously right now it's OTC. They might have plans down the road now that they're going to be in better shape financially to eventually move on up. So keep a watch, and Jim can talk about that chart. But I actually still like it. I still think it's in a bullish channel at the moment.
I believe you, Vegas. You know what happens when you have a big breakout like this?
What's that?
You get another one that follows it on this kind of chart. It's done that 3 different times. It breaks out, and then it has another candle right after it, big old breakout. Then it kind of sells off and consolidates. You see that happen right here again. You had another breakout up to that resistance line of 576, pulls back, and then you had another breakout with a double 2-day breakout. Bounced all the way up to what I would call resistance at 6.5, but some would take it to 7. So here we are again. We had almost a 4-month sell-off. I mean, hardly anything that happened. And Phil came up on the scanner every once in a while. Not like it did today. But we jumped up from 8.6 all the way to 3 cents today with a gain of 244%. And then this, we hit the 50-day, we hit the 100-day, and we hit the 200-day. So what we're going to happen tomorrow, it's going to pull back just a little bit, and we're going to get on up to 4 cents. What I'm thinking, I think we're going to go up to 4. We're maybe going to see 4.6. That's my guesstimate, right around there. So that's where I'm going to put that trend line. So keep Phil on watch. It looks to me like we've got a good rebounder here. Give it one more day tomorrow. I wouldn't hold it over the weekend. I'd probably, if you got in it, get out tomorrow at a high, would be my guess. And this is Phil, PHIL.
Okay. So I hope we've filled our watch list with things to keep an eye on. And don't get discouraged with the markets looking like this. I mean, again, be patient, don't jump into trades, pace yourselves. I'm getting a lot of requests from people that want future videos on like watch list and also how to use stock trade. I've even had requests on Robinhood. So if you guys have suggestions on some future videos, please comment in our YouTube channel so I can take a look at what you're looking for. And Jim and I will work on designing some other things that will help you as a trader. So we're here to do that and don't mind helping and sharing. So nothing wrong with sharing because that's what trading community really is all about.
I want to
So on that note, I personally want to thank everyone for sharing your time with us tonight, listening to us talk and watching our videos, liking, subscribing, commenting. I just love it all. And you know what? I actually love stocks, even on days like today where it's red. So, Jim, any last comments to add?
no, not really. I just wanted to let everybody know that I've had a stock a $1,000 challenge that I did a couple months ago, and yesterday or I hit my 110% gain on it, and actually made more. But I withdrawed some money out of it to pay for my monthly rent. But so it's up to about 2,100 right now, and I want to bring it up in 2 weeks to 3,000 is my goal, and that's my
Yeah, and I
1,000.
love this challenge that you're doing.
Oh, it's
Very
made me
impressive.
well. It's made me a better trader. It's enabled me to have pick a stock of the week. It's helped me play channels. It's made me recognize patterns. So there's a lot of benefits when you challenge yourself, and I want to give kudos to Vegas for getting me started on it.
Oh, you're welcome. And I don't know if any of you sometimes even pop into the channel that we're in. The information's in the YouTube channel. You're welcome to come check out the Discord. But I gotta say, Jim's just like so focused, like one trade at a time. And sometimes he'll just trade the same thing all day. And I'm like, oh my God, I'd be bored. But you know what? He's not. Like he's focused and I love it. And he just keeps on trading and trading the same thing. And he'll trade $50, make another 100, make it a couple hundred, make another $60. These trades add up. So don't listen to people that tell you, oh, how can you grow a small account? Anyone that says that is full of crap. You can grow a small account if you actually position size properly and take the profits when it's presented because many people sometimes they're up $30 on a very small account. They don't take the profits and then next thing you know they're down $30.
Yep,
So the key is got to take the profits when it's presented to you, exactly what Jim does. And I just got to say congratulations, Jim, great
yep.
work. And he'll be talking more about his challenge as the account continues to grow, so stay tuned for updates on
What
challenge.
What's cool about it is I'm getting compliments from people saying it's helping them become a better trader, and that's what the whole goal is all about. So, because I don't need a challenge, but I do it. I've done it every year for 14 years. Just this one was with a new account called U Stock Trades, and I had to get used to it, and now I'm used to it, and I'm sailing right through it. So I wish everybody a great day. This
Yes.
We love stocks,
We love stocks and we love you.
and
And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
this is the aftermarket report with Vegas and Jim on October 10th, 2018. And have a great day. Keep it fresh, keep it simple, keep it clean. I love stocks.